Compliment of the season and happy new year to everybody out there. Most especially to the audience, the fans out there. I say compliment of the season and happy new year to everybody. The holidays are over and the business has started. So we need to get started again. Now, I think the joy of everybody in this business is how to make money, real money. And as you can see from your or in front of you on your screen, here's real money. Today is 3rd of January. You can see the profit. That's the sale of AUDJPY 333. Then move on to NZDJPY, that's 509. Then move on like that. For today alone, you can see the date up to this place. Okay, yeah. And yesterday was on the 2. You can see it. Now the profits, keep on rolling like that every day. Anywhere you see the black like this are the cancelled either sell or stop or buy stop. Okay, you can see how the profit I can go on like that, on like that. Be watching the right hand side here to see the figures. Okay, on like that. I think this is the joy of every trader. You are looking for a strategy or an approach or methodology that will make you money or make money for you. And that is certainly what I want to cover here today. I can go on and on like that. Hope you are following. You'll be watching the right corner of the screen and be looking at the money. These are real money, as you can see them here. Flowing up, flowing down. Okay, all right. This one was not even doing. It was just a kind of trade profit, 140. Okay, I can go on like that. You've only seen only one loss since, I think, something or two. That should be the second one also. Can move on like that. Now, without wasting much of your time, let's go to the knitting and gritting of how this result that we are looking at were being made. Okay. Now, there this strategy that has has stood the test of time. For many decades now, it has been in existence and it's still working. It's still functioning very well. Very simple approach. Although many people maybe because of one thing or the other, maybe I can call it. Let me just call it ignorance of the how this thing works. Some people have not been keying into it. But if you can just listen to me very well today and follow the simple strategy or simple step I'm going to give to you, possibly who knows, your story also will be like the one I just showed you from my account or from your result here, from my result here. Now we call it market structure. So it's a thing you have had time with that number. Just little tricks I want to expose to you today. Things that the missing rips that you need to have in order for you to be able to be profitable in this thing. Before we move forward, you don't need any complicated something, either the indicator or what have you, in order for you to be able to make it big in this thing. Just a little approach to follow is all what you need. Okay, now the pair that we are considering today, and it doesn't have a limit of any pair. It works for every pair, regardless of any time frame that you may be using. The only thing that the profit will be varied. If you are using the daily, the profit will be bigger. Then if you are using the daily, you have to wait longer than when you are using lower time frames like H1, M15, M5, M13, and on like that. Now we can see, as we can see from this place, AUD NCD made a kind of downward trend, came down from this place to this place. Then by the time we got to this place, how did we know that the pair was making a downtrend? We could see a kind of lower low. Then we saw another lower low here. Then we have been seeing a lower high, a kind of lower high here in this place. But by the time we got to this place, we saw a kind of a lower high here. But instead of seeing another lower low that will be lower than this one, we saw a kind of lower high. Okay, a lower high, higher than this place was. As you can see from your screen, this place is higher than this place, and that's what we call the low here. I'm talking about the low here, higher than this low here. So this is the first lower high that we made. But the market did not stop there. The market or the price moved off immediately. with series of bull candles that broke this our previous lower high to make high here. I mean high low rather. This was high low to make the first high here. As you can see from this place now, okay, in this place we made our first high because the high here is higher than the high here. As you can see also, a close in this place is higher than a close here, and that made the first high. With that one, the sentiment has started changing in the market from downtrend that we have been following before to an uptrend. Now, you don't need to rush, and that's exactly what I want to show you today. There's no point in rushing at all. That the market has made the first high does not mean that the trend will continue like that. This is forex market. Things change rapidly, and you need to have an approach that will make you to be changing also rapidly as the price is changing. You don't have control over the direction that price moves, but you have the control over when you place your entry and exit, and these are the tools that we need to make use of wisely. Now, by the time we got to this, like I said before, we had the first high because the higher here is high than this high here that we had last, and if either one followed immediately by another high low, okay, higher low that is higher than this high low here, okay. So with that one we are uptrend, and like I said the other time, immediately we saw this one here, we supposed to enter the market, but like on my own side I always wait until when the third one forms, and the third one forms in this place, okay. I play the first order here. By the time the third one form here, a pull down here, okay. I will come back to that one in a minute. Then we moved forward again. We saw another high low here, then an high form here, high low form, high, then high low here also, okay. Now I placed another order here, making the second order in this place now, okay. Now how did I go about this? Let's go to the nitty and gritty of the entry and exit or strategies that we are in for here today, okay. Let me remove this one. Like I told you before, by the time we had this one, this first high low or higher low, that the sentiment is changing. The sentiment was not only changing, we could see a kind of a strong momentum. The bull candles were gaining strength by closing very close to their their high, closing very close to their high, and they are becoming longer from this place. Now you can see longer, okay. And the bear candles were becoming smaller. You can see this one longer, smaller, showing that the bulls are getting momentum. That the first thing you need to know. You need to look at the gauge the health of the market before you enter. Now by the time we got to this way, we saw a kind of, by the time we saw a pullback, okay. How did we define a pullback? One, we can see like this one, that this a uptrend. One, you can see a kind of move back, that the low of previous candle was broken, as in a close below the low of the previous candle. Then you had a downtrend or a pullback. In this place now we can see a low here. We saw a close below that low here, and a close below this low here. It shows that there's a kind of pullback here. Then what are we now waiting for? We are waiting for the end of this pullback. How do we know the end of pullback? Because this is the question many people have asked me many times. On many occasions I've come across this question: how do I know the end of the pullback, for me to be able to know where to enter for the continuation trade or trading? Now in this place we can see a bear candle or a red candle, followed immediately by a green candle or a bull candle. Now this is the area of interest here. Now the bull candle here completely engulfed the red candle, which happened to be the bear candle. Not only that, this bull candle engulfed this candle, this bull candle came with high buying pressure. It came with high buying pressure. Why? You can see that the close was very close to the what? To the high. That means it has a short upper wick. Then when you look down, it has a very low or little lower wick, and it's a very long candle. This is a very nice candle that came with a very high buying pressure. Then when we move to the next one, we can see a candle with no upper wick at all, showing that more buyers are coming to this market. And with this one, the probability is that the market will move very far. This game is not a gambling if you know what you are doing. Each candle will tell you what is going to happen next, what is going to happen on the head of the market. Okay, by the time we got to this place, we saw a kind of pullback, and here is the one that's signify the end of the pullback, a pin bar with long lower wick and short upper wick with relatively small body. Okay, this is a very great candle that came with a very great or huge buy pressure. I placed my first buy order here, seeing this one, that this one has announced the end of pullback, and immediately that one followed with another long candle, green candle now, that came with another high buy pressure. Okay, this one showed the head of the market, and from there we saw move up. We saw a gap here. I don't know how it is with your own broker. There was a gap here, gap up, showing that the buyers are in control. And as you can see, the bull candles, they close very close to their high, very close to their high, showing that the bull candle are gaining more momentum. By the time we got to this place, we saw a pullback again, and this one also, this candle also very nice candle with huge buying pressure, announced the end of the pullback. Although I did not take this one because I wasn't around then. We moved to this place, we saw another pullback. The pullback here did not alter our structure because this candle did not close below this low. I don't mean that this candle closes below this low here, we will have that one will have invalidated our setup. But because it did not close below this low here, this one did not close below it means the market structure is still intact. Now I was looking for another entry here, and the entry came up. I didn't want to take this one because it was a pin bar, but it has relatively bigger body. Okay, that's relatively bigger body with no upper wick at all. But by the time we got to we saw a nice candle. These are the things you should be looking for. Nice candle with neither upper wick nor lower wick at all, showing a great momentum. So I placed the second buying order here, and as you can see, the rest have been a kind of history. You can see a move up. I believe this market is still moving up, and I'll be trailing my profit for the first order here. And what are the things that we need to look at for when we want to trade this strategy? Number one, you need to be patient. You need to be very, very patient. There's no place you are rushing to, and you don't need to force any trade out. If this one is not cooperating with you, leave the pair and go for another. We have so many of them. There's no way you not see anyone that is on trend out of about 38 pairs in the market. When this one is not cooperating, go for the other one. And it's always good for you to start with it, as the trend the trend is reversing. It's good for you to be there to see where the reversal took place, when the first high low formed, the second one, for you to be able to time your entry. The entry time or timing is very, very important here, so that you not just miss too much. On my own, like I said I always wait if I'm on a lower time frame like each one. I always wait for the third one to form. At times it might not go your way. When the third one forms, it might reverse and come back. But if you can wait, in the long run you are going to smile, because you are going to make much more profit at the end of the month than losses. And that is the joy of it. Like what I showed you from my own result here. Okay, you can see from this place now that most of them are in profit. Only this one, if you move down up, you'll be seeing profit. I mean, anywhere you see blank like this, I cancelled the buy stop and the sell stop that I have there, as you can see from this place now. Okay, you can see them. Apart from that one, be looking at the right corner here, you see the profit. And that's what everybody is looking for. We are looking for a strategy that will give you consistent money every day. Okay, if you can follow this one, you make money often and again. Just be patient with the market. Let the structure forms. Once the structure has started forming, then you can now follow the way I've told you. Okay, there's nowhere we are rushing to. And this is a kind of warning to the beginner that only rush for everything. They are looking for quick cash to make. There's nothing like that in this place. This is a place that you need to be patient with the market and let the what the price move to wherever I want to move to. Once it's moving, then you can now follow with your order, either sell or buy order. Okay, don't forget that in this place we allow the first high low to form, we allow the first high to form, the second one to form, then the third one, then we enter the market. By the time the third one form, then what are the candlestick formation that I should be looking for to enter the market? That is the most important thing. On my own I only look for two things. Okay, but at times maybe more than two, but normally I normally you look for two things. The first one will be a kind of bullish engulfing bar. Not only bullish engulfing bar, I always be very careful with the selection of that bullish engulfing bar. Bullish engulfing bar that comes with high buy pressure for a buy. Bearish engulfing bar that comes with high selling pressure for the sell. Then the second one is a pin bar. A pin bar that comes with high buying pressure also. That's a bullish pin bar. Like what you can see in this place now. Longer lower wick, relatively shorter body, and a very short upper wick. Okay, so those are the two things that I always look for. Inside bar, not this one, I don't do them. So this one also I normally take a candle without upper wick, neither upper wick nor lower wick. That one also is very good. That one shows you that the momentum, upper momentum or upward momentum is very high. So ladies and gentlemen, farm out there, if you can be doing this one, and the joy of it is that things like this forms every day. Things like this form every day in the market. It just left to you to open your eyes and look for them closely and get them. Once again, God bless you. Bye for now.